guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Alexis Reise. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and watching. As you can see by the title, it's been a crazy few couple of days. And I just kind of want to just jump right into it. So today I am going to be doing a little story time and talking to you about my experience for my 21st birthday. This has been the best birthday of my life. Not even birthday, just best day of my life I want to talk about. So basically, let's just jump right into it. I don't even know how to start this video because I'm just, past couple of days, I've just been in shock still, and I've been like emotionally traumatized in a good way. So I have been the biggest Darren Criss fan since I was about 11, 12 years old. I have loved this man ever since he graced my TV screen on Glee in Never Been Kissed. And then I did my research about him, obviously like a good true fan, watched all the Star Kid junk and all that jazz, listened to his EP. Once I found out who this man was, I was like, I need to know everything. So I've been obsessed with Darren Criss forever and a huge gleek. When I started thinking about what I wanted to do for my 21st birthday, it was kind of around the same time Tramp Stamp Granny's opened. Now, if you're not a Darren Criss fan, Tramp Stamp Granny's is the bar he owns with his wife Mia, who I'm obsessed with their love. I love them together, whatever. Anyways, so they own this bar together, and when I started thinking about what I wanted to do for my 21st birthday, I was like, how dope would it be if I went to his bar in Los Angeles for my 21st birthday? And I live in South Florida, so this was kind of like, my family was like, Alexis, this is not gonna happen. I'm like, I don't care what you say, I am making this happen. I am going. Around January time, I convinced my two best friends, Bailey and Forrest, to come. It was a very quick sell. It was very easy. I was very shocked that they were gonna come. And then it took a lot of convincing from my parents for them to come. And I told them, if you guys can't come, you can't come, but I'm going. So my mom, she's like, all right, let's do this. And we booked our flights and we started thinking about the cake. So my mom was like, we have to get a cake from Charm City Duff, you know, Charm City Bakery. I'm like, we don't have to go over the top. Going is enough for me. She's like, no, we're gonna do it right. So we got a cake with him on it. I knew exactly the picture that I wanted. And at first I was like, we are not putting a picture of Darren Criss on this cake. My mom was like, we have to. Like, it's his bar. You love him. We have to. So we did. And I knew exactly the photo that I wanted. I said, the only way that I'm gonna do it is if we have this specific photo. And we got it on there. And then my mom reserved the table. She booked the table months and months and months before. So fast forward the week before the event. So I'm still at home in Florida and I see he's in Nevada. Then he's in Chicago just a few days before. And I'm like, he is not going to be in town. Like, I was like, oh, whatever. I'll still get to go. I'll still have fun, but I'll be kind of bummed, you know. So I get to Los Angeles. We're all so excited. And he tweets, you know, that tweet, the very vague tweet. He's like, guess where I'm going, yada, yada, yada. And then we find out he's going to a Paul McCartney concert on my birthday. The day of, we're going to Tramp Stamp Granny's. And I was like, oh my God, he's in LA. You know, he might go to Tramp Stamps after the show. Fast forward to dinner. I have a very nice dinner with my friends and family, and I'm anxious the whole time. I can barely eat. I'm so excited. I just want to go to Tramp Stamp Granny's already. Like, this has been like my dream for the longest time. So then I get to Tramp Stamp Granny's. And before we even walk in, I see Lulu pass by. Now Lulu, first of all, the most amazing person I've ever met, besides Darren Criss, obviously, but the nicest, sweetest person. I see her. Before we even walk in, we're waiting in line or whatever, and I'm like, oh my God, that's Lulu. My brother's like, who's Lulu? I was like, that's Mia's best friend. Like, she was in their wedding. I was like, oh my God, that's freaking Lulu, because like, I'm weird, and I know all of Darren's circle. Yeah, whatever. And Devin's like, oh my God, you have to get a picture with her. I'm like, I can't do that. It's kind of weird. She's just like a friend. She's gonna think I'm crazy. She greets us at the door. She's like, hi guys. We're like, we have a reservation. She's like, okay. And she seats us. My brother's like, hey, my sister's a really big fan. Can she get a picture with you? I'll pop up right now. She's like, yeah, of course. And she was so cool. And then of course my screensaver was a picture of Darren Criss. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm so weird. And she's like, no, that's so cool. I was like, oh my God, you're so nice. So we take a selfie together. Sorry, I just had a lot of coffee and I'm like, high on caffeine and I'm just high on life. Anyways, so we take a picture together and then my mom shows her my cake and she's like, that's so cool. And she was just the sweetest person and she was our server. I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh my God, Lulu's our server. I was like, that in itself was enough for me. I was like, this is so freaking cool. So then She's taking shots with us. I'll post that video. Thank you! I'm having the time of my life. The music was literally my kind of music, like show tunes, Disney songs, pop, like make a man out of you. Life. And everybody thought I would be so upset if just waiting for Darren to show up, if he ever did show up. But I was like, no, had he not come, I would just still had a great time. So I'm having fun, and then my friend Forrest, he comes up to me, he goes, Alexis, Lulu sent the picture of the cake to Darren and Mia. I'm like, shut up. I was so excited. I was like, no way. So like, this man saw my cake. So then minutes later, Lulu comes back up to me. She's like, do you need anything? Are you okay? I'm like, oh, I'm doing great. And she's like, can I get you another drink? I said, no, not right now. She's like, it's your 21st birthday. And I'm like, I understand, but like, if something were to happen tonight, I want to remember this night. And she's like, don't worry, honey, you're gonna remember it. I'm gonna get you another drink. And I was like, bitch, what? And like, during that whole time, she was like, she like smoothed out my hair. And I'm like, what's happening? So then about 30 minutes later, before I even see this man walk in, apparently, this is what my friends and family tell me, he walked in, Lulu showed him to our area. He goes up, he's tapping my dad, my brother, my friends, and he goes, I just have one question. Where the fuck is Alexis? And in that meantime, Lulu comes up to me and she's just like pulling my hand, and she's just like nodding her head and looking at me. And I'm just like, oh my God. And in a split second, I'm in front of DARREN CRISS and he's yelling, happy birthday! And he wraps me in his arms and we're just hugging for like 30 seconds to a minute. And he's just yelling happy birthday, and I'm just like, and once we pull apart, I'm just like, my jaw was on the floor, and I'm just like looking at this man. I'm like, this isn't happening. This isn't happening. This isn't happening. I was like, I dreamed of this moment forever. Like literally, I could not believe it was happening. I just didn't know what to say. And like, I'm so embarrassing, but I had my phone in my hand and I wanted to take a picture, and my flash was on and I was filming in his face, and he snatches the phone out of my hand. Thank you so much!
Happy birthday! Let me just get one picture. Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming to the bar.
My brother's like, you're a real one, G. You're a real one, bro. And we're just freaking out. My dad's going crazy. My mom is passed out on the floor. If you look in the background of the video, Lulu is holding my mom. And I was just like, oh my God, this is not happening right now. He came in with my name in his mouth. Like, I could not believe. I was like, who am I? Like, I came all the way from South Florida for this, not even thinking he was gonna even show up or anything, and he exceeded everything I ever wanted. He goes, happy birthday, it's so nice to meet you. Thank you for coming to the bar. And I'm like, coming to the bar? Oh my God, thank you for coming to the bar. Like, stop. So then he's like, all right, give me your phone. Let's take a shot together. I was like, are you serious right now? And meanwhile, I'm a little tipsy and I'm a little drunk already, so my reaction wasn't super emotional. Had it been sober, I probably would have been really, really emotional. But when I drink, I'm like really calm and like really cool. It's weird. So anyways, we take a shot together. I'll post that video.
It's your birthday today.
Yes.
Happy 21st. All right, so you'll do half and I'll do the rest. It's all you. Saf, I'll do that. Happy birthday, Alexis.
And we shared out of the same glass, and everyone's like, did you take the glass home? And I'm like, no, I didn't even think of that. Like, I'm not even thinking about these things. Like, I just couldn't believe it. And then he's like, let me just mingle, let me go talk to a few people, but I promise I won't leave without saying goodbye and taking some photos. So I said, okay, thank God. All of a sudden, like, I see Mia, and I'm just like staring. She's sitting on top of the bar, she's singing along, and I'm just like looking up at her, and I'm like, that's fucking Mia Chris. Like, I'm looking up at her like this, and then she's just like singing down, looks at me, and she like winks. She's like, I'm like, ah, don't do that. And then like they're standing next to each other, Darren and Mia, and they're just, she has like her arm around his shoulder, and they're just being the cutest couple I've ever seen in my entire life. And Mia, okay, Mia is beautiful in person. Like, not that I ever thought she was ugly or anything. Like, obviously she's very very beautiful woman, and like I love them together. But in person, I was like, oh my God, like just seeing them in person was just, it was crazy. So they were super cool. Oh, another thing, my mom is like freaking crazy drunk. Mia goes up to my mom and she goes, and you must be Jessica. And I'm like, excuse me? Like, who does my mother think she is that she gets Mia Chris going up to her and being like, and you're Jessica? I'm like, ah. And then while I'm talking to Darren, taking a shot, my friend Forrest goes up to Mia and he goes, Alexis is in heaven right now. And like in the sweetest voice, Mia goes, I know. I'm like, you know? Oh my God, how do you know? Like, I just couldn't believe it. Anyways, so after that, Darren's mingling, you know, being the nicest guy in the entire world. And comes up to me and goes, let's sing a song together. Can you sing? And I'm like, yeah, I can sing. And he goes to my friend Forrest. He goes, no, seriously, can this girl sing? And he's like, yeah, she can sing. And he's like, all right, what do you want to sing? And I said, Part of Your World, because I love that song, first of all. But second of all, I know he knows that song. Like, that's Darren's song. And first of all, he needs to play Prince Eric. That's another topic. Anyways, so I'm like, Part of Your World. He goes, okay, I'm down. I know that song. I'm like, I know you know that song. I know you know that song. Gets up on the piano and he's like, usually we don't let anybody just sing around here, but when someone says you can sing, they can sing. So we sang a song together and it was just amazing and perfect. And then afterwards, like my friends are going crazy. I look out into the audience and I see my friends crying and like I wanted to cry. It was just amazing. The bar's pretty much closing. So Darren is like, all right, let's get pictures. Come on. So he gets in our booth. We sit together. We take pictures. Lulu's in it. And then Mia was like, all right, I'll take the picture. And we're like, no. Mia, you get in this photo. And then one of my sister, basically, my brother's girlfriend, she goes, Mrs. Chris, no, Mrs. Chris, come on, Mrs. Chris, get in this picture. And then Mia's laying on my friend Bailey. And like, it was just, I'm like, what is happening? Like, this is a dream. Everything that happens in my dreams happened that night. Like, it was a freaking dream come true. So we're taking these photos, and then afterwards Mia's like, the car's here, we gotta go. And I'm like, okay, can I please just get, Darren, can I just get a selfie with you? I got this photos with everybody, but I just want a picture of you and I. He's like, yeah, of course. So we take a few selfies, and he was like, it was so nice to meet you. Oh, I forgot another part. He's like, it was so nice to meet you. Happy birthday, break a leg in New York. Because I talked to him about going to New York for school. And also, when he saw my cake, he goes, I fucking despise that photo. And I'm like, I know you do. I'm sorry, but there was just no other photo perfect enough for this cake. There just wasn't. Like, that photo was perfect for the event and for the cake. So yeah, and then Mia's like, we gotta go, the car's here. And I'm like, okay, I love you guys, bye. Like, it was a whirlwind of emotions. My mom passed out, she blacked out. Lulu had to like hold her up because my mom was screaming. My brother's like, you're a real one, G, you're a real one, bro. Like, I'm like, Devin, what are you doing? It's the best thing that's ever happened to me in my entire life. And then after he left, Lulu comes up to me and she's like, you see, like, your dream came true, but you know what, honey, please aim higher than DARREN CRISS. And I'm like, listen, I have so many dreams and aspirations in my life, but this has to have been the coolest thing that will ever happen to me, because that just doesn't happen to anybody. Like, who can say on their 21st birthday that DARREN CRISS surprised them, took a shot with them, like, hugged you like that? Like, who can say that? Like, I'm so grateful for what happened to me. I'm so grateful for Lulu. The next day, Lulu DM'd me saying the kindest things. We talked a little bit. I'm not going to share anything that we said because that's just not right. You know, that was our private messaging. But all I have to say is, like, Lulu did that for me, and I'm so grateful. And I also want to thank my mom and dad. This would have never happened without my mom. My dad, of course, but my mom, she has been planning for months and months and months, organizing, saving money, getting us there, and doing everything she could for that night. And I also want to point out and make it known that my parents did not pay a single dime for Darren Criss to show up. He did that out of the kindness of his heart, and he did not need to do that. For all I know, all he had to do was send a video of himself saying happy birthday, Alexis, and sending that to Lulu and showing me. He didn't need to do all that, you know? So for him to show up after going to a Paul McCartney concert and him and Mia being there, and they came and made my night the most magical night of my life, I will forever, forever be grateful for that, because he doesn't understand what that did to me. You know, growing up, I was really like, I always felt like a loner and an outcast, and I didn't have many friends, but the only constant thing was him and Glee. And, you know, I knew that when times got hard, I could just look down at my phone or listen to a song and I'd feel better. And, you know, on my 15th birthday, I took that picture of me in my room with my fat head of Darren Criss, and, you know, just being so happy that I had that, because I had just gotten those fat heads, that I had that on my wall. I was so excited to get that. And had you told me that in 6 years I was going to be celebrating with him, I would not have believed you. I don't want to cry. I just want to say that having an idol is a real thing. And I know a lot of people don't understand, and I don't expect people to understand. But when you have something like that happen to you, you want to hold on to it. When something brings you that much joy, you want to hold on to it forever. And I'm forever grateful for that night and for my mom, because that would never happen without her. I want to thank Lulu. I'm going to thank, obviously, Darren for showing up and making my night unreal. I want to thank Mia for sharing him with the world, because I know that can't be easy, because I know you guys have been together forever, and I know you guys have been through so much. I want to thank you. I want to thank my brother and Ori. I want to thank my dad. I want to thank Forrest and Bailey for coming with me and spending that night with me, because you guys are my best friends, and I'm so happy you guys were there. So to my family and friends, thank you so much. And yeah, so that was my experience meeting Darren Criss. Not just meeting Darren Criss, like celebrating my 21st birthday with Darren Criss. So now it's off to New York in a month for school. And then hopefully I'll be back in New York in October so I can go to LC Fest, because I got a little taste of seeing Darren Criss and being with him. I want more. So yeah, that was my experience. And I also want to thank everybody who has reached out to me personally, that I've known, that I don't know, who has been so kind and has been so, all your nice words. It has meant so much to me, and I just feel like the luckiest girl in the world, and I can't, even now, I can't stop thinking about that night, and I don't ever want to forget that night, and I will never forget that night as long as I will live. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope I didn't forget anything, because I always tend to do that, where I have like a story and then I'll be, oh, I forgot to say this. But so thank you guys so much. Have a great day. Ow! See you later. Guys, who do we just meet? We fucking met Darren motherfucking Criss!
Let me explain something to you. I'm sitting there.
Tell him.
I'm a little fucked up. I hear my sister singing. All of a sudden I get tapped. Excuse me. Where's Alexis? I look, I'm like, who the Darren Criss? Hold up. Yes! And I go up to Darren, I'm like, you're an angel. And then I go up to Mia, you're an angel.
You're not telling him he was an angel.
I did. Mama, I did.
He's not it.
Come here. I'm gonna go to A. Jung Chan.
We fucking met Darren Criss. I don't even know who barely this man is, but that's my fucking best friend's boyfriend, husband.
Sister wipe to Mia.
He came in. I don't even know who the fuck. Tell him.
My dog Kevin.
Who's Kevin? I don't care about
He's friends with Mila,
Who's Kevin?
Mia, Lulu, and
Lulu.
Darren.
Darren.
That man told me he's from He's
Ma,
from.
who did we meet tonight? Who did we meet tonight, Ma?
Never.
Never.
In my wildest dreams.
Yeah. Who did we meet, Ma?
Mama was
Go ahead. Tell him. Tell him, Ma.
Tell him, Ma.
No.
I didn't think it was
Hey, let
possible.
me show y'all
We're gonna
something
wake up
real quick.
tomorrow and we're gonna be still shocked.
Let me
And
show
we're
you.
gonna wish we weren't drunk for this.
Yeah!